Go for it, Z.
And then it was over. With the archdemon dead, the Darkspawn horde quickly crumbled. Most fled back into the deep roads. They would remain a threat in the years to come. But the blight had been ended before it had truly begun. Ferelden had been saved, and the entire kingdom rose up to joyously greet its new king and queen. Grey Wardens stood redeemed, and a new age had begun. But at what cost?
My friends, we are gathered to celebrate those responsible for our victory. Of those who stood against the Darkspawn siege of Denerim, there is one in particular who deserves commendation. The one who led the final charge against the Archdemon remains with us still, an inspiration to all he saved that day. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the hero of Ferelden, the first Grey Warden to defeat the Blight since Garahel 4 centuries ago. My friend, it is hard to imagine how you could have aided Ferelden more. I think it only appropriate that I return the favor. Is there any boon that you might request of Ferelden's king? If it is within my power,
I wish to continue serving the crown, your majesty, a title, and the riches to go with it, I think. As the land be granted to the Dalish, your majesty. Sacrifices of the wardens should not be forgotten again. I have no need of anything further. I don't know. I'll have to think about it. Okay, chat. Does this have any effect? Do any of these have any effect on the next games? I'm guessing they do. I'll probably do 4. Not really? Okay. All right, here we go. The sacrifices of the wardens should not be forgotten. Forgotten again.
Now that's a very good point. I think we can begin with a monument here in Denerim, dedicated to the Grey Wardens who have fallen. Duncan, Riordan, all of them. And it is high time some scholars were collected to learn more about the Darkspawn. We'll face them again, with the dwarves as well as here. Let it also be known that the Arling of Amaranthine, once the land of Arl Howe, is now granted to the Grey Wardens. There they can rebuild, following the example of those who went before them. What are your plans? Will you remain with the Grey Wardens?
I intend to find Morrigan.
My impression was that she didn't want to be found. But I understand completely. There's a group of Ferelden citizens waiting outside to get a look at their hero. I suggest you make at least a brief appearance before they storm the gate. Just tell the guard at the door when you're ready.
A dark promise. Oh my. Oh my.
How incredible that it survived. It has exceeded my expectations.
I'm not as squishy as you think.
Apparently not. Thankfully, it appears to be the exception when it comes
Talk to
its
everyone so
kind.
nice.
Otherwise, I might be forced to revise my opinion completely. But I will go now. I'm thinking I will return to Orzammar. Perhaps I will fight the Dark Spawn in the deep roads. Clear them out for good. They remind me of pigeons.
That might take some while.
It appears that time is a luxury I possess. The blight may be over, but the Dark Spawn will just go underground once again. Perhaps I can do something to aid the dwarves. It is a worthy quest. Something worth existing for. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Good. Perhaps I will see it again one day. I hope so. For a flesh creature, it has been excellent company.
Allow me to offer you my personal congratulations, Warden. I must admit that while I did not share my father's pessimism regarding the Grey Wardens, I had my doubts that such a small number of you could be victorious. Yet here you are.
We were lucky.
The Maker smiles upon you, or so they are saying. Luck and destiny are two branches off the same tree. Tell me something. Is Alistair always like that?
He's a good man.
But will he be a good king? I fear my initial suspicions are proving correct. He already avoids anything resembling a decision. Oh well. His heart is in the right place. In that he reminds me of Kaelin, which is no failing. Now I see Arl Eamon gesturing to me. There is more work to be done. I must take my leave of you, I fear. Enjoy the rest of the celebration, Warden. I shall speak to you again before the day is done.
I'm gonna speak to Alistair last.
So here we are. The conquering hero has won the day, and now he takes his bow and exits the stage. A fine ending.
It doesn't have to be an ending.
Doesn't it? It certainly feels like everyone is heading off on their own paths. You know, I can't help now but think of my vision. The Maker sent me to help you, and look what you did. It's a miracle. It truly is. You should know. I'm thinking of going back to Orlais for a while, to find Marjolaine. I don't know how long I'll be gone.
Are you coming back?
I'll try. This is something I have to do, however, on my own. Perhaps we will see each other when I return. I look forward to it. Until then, be well. May the Maker watch over you.
I will be relieved when all this pomp and ceremony is done. Such events are perfect opportunities for assassins, after all. I can't help but expect the crows to appear at any moment. which would be a welcome break, mind you.
You don't have to stay, you know.
And leave you to face the unwashed masses alone? Perish the thought. You know, it does occur to me that staying in one place is only going to invite the crows to find me that much quicker. While fun, that might eventually get complicated. You said earlier that you are planning on leaving soon. Is that true?
That is indeed what I said.
And would you consider some company? You tend to get up to interesting things. You meet interesting people and then you kill them. I'm game to tag along if you are.
Not like we won't meet again.
Fate does have an odd way of meddling in our affairs. Sad as I am to part company from you, I have a feeling it won't be for good. Well then, I suppose I shall be leaving soon. Perhaps Parvolen. The Canary are pleasant folk, I hear. I hope fate decrees we meet again. Bon niviati, as we say back home. Drink well and be merry. Life is good.
The hero of Ferelden. My.
A
How
little
did it
strange.
feel? Of that I have no doubt. It's a title you'll be wearing for a long time to come, just as Loghain wore his. But it's not so bad, is it? A blight defeated with the other nations barely becoming aware. Who could ask for better?
I wonder how long the love will last.
Until you do something wrong. And then they will enjoy tearing you down just as rapidly. I'm glad not to be on the receiving end of all this attention myself. I say, let the young have their fame. Not that I've gone without notice. Irving asked me to take over as first enchanter, but I don't wish to go back.
Oh,
Not after all this. Instead, I've decided to accept a position here at court. There's not been a mage advising the throne for a very long time.
but what about your problem?
It's true. I may not have very much time. But perhaps there is a great deal of good I can do even so. I will try. I understand you will be leaving. I wish you good fortune on your journeys, wherever they may take you. If we do not see each other again, live well, Warden. And thank you.
Andera Natishan Dalan. It is so wonderful to see you again, healthy and
Michelle,
whole.
you made it.
This is your day, Dalan, and I could not bear the thought of not seeing you on it. It is only too bad the rest of the clan could not join me here. They send their well wishes with me. The Keeper was especially proud of the word of your victory. She said she cannot wait to tell the other clans. I hope your travels will bring you back to us soon. Your clan misses you dearly. We would love to see you again. But I should not take up so much of your time. Go, Dalan. Celebrate your victory and be merry. The gods smile on you truly.
It is over. I can barely believe it. You stopped the Civil War and then defeated the Blight. On behalf of Ferelden, allow me to say thank you. It truly cannot be said enough.
I'm a Grey Warden. That is what I do.
So I'm learning. It's too bad that you aren't remaining here in the capital. The hero of Ferelden would have influence, but I understand. Myself, I will be remaining here to help Alistair. Tegan will take over the rule of Redcliffe, at least for the time being. Connor misses his mother, but he seems well enough. The young are so resilient. I will need to send him to the Circle of Magi, however. There is no way around it. Perhaps he will become a Grey Warden one day. Tell me, have you noticed anything strange about the lad? He seems quiet.
Consider what he's been through.
Ah, you are no doubt correct. It is my imagination, I am sure. But here I am rambling on. I shall let you get back to your celebration, Warden.
Yeah, enjoy it while I can. Alright, Alistair will be the last person I talk to. Talk to Wynn. Okay, time to stop the Sten real quick.
is good to see you again, Kadan. These people, they call you hero. It is a strange word, but I think I understand its meaning. The Arishok on occasion has declared a Kunari to be Kunoran Vel, one who serves as an example to others. Such examples are always made after their death, however, a death in service to the Kyun. A living Kunoran Vel would be too proud.
Nothing wrong with well, there's nothing wrong with a little pride.
I would argue, had you not ended a blight, for such an accomplishment there may be allowances. What the human custom has in common with our own is that the declaration of a Kunoran Vel is a cause for much celebration. It is one of few occasions when the Kunari are permitted to engage in revelry. There is imbibing of spirits, public chanting, meditations abandoned. It is madness.
That would be quite the sight.
It is interesting. It can take days for the Ben Hasrath to restore order. There may even be executions. I suppose I should tell you. I have decided to return to my people. Your quest is done, and thus so is my reason for accompanying you.
And I was just starting to get used to.
And I to you, strangely enough. It must be said. You found my sword and gave me a chance to restore my honor. I owe you a great debt.
You helped me as well. It's been good.
It has. That one of the Baz, a foreigner, would become known as Kadan to me. Unthinkable. Yet here it is. Perhaps I shall see you again one day. Until then, may you always find the path you seek. Farewell, Kadan.
And then, Ogren.
Humans have a better taste for spirits than I thought. The ale up here is actually good. Orzammar ale tastes like dirt in comparison. Probably because they put dirt in it. Go figure.
Enjoying yourself already, I see.
After what we went through, I think I've earned it. I think you've earned it. So I guess you're heading off soon, huh?
Yep,
Leaving
that's
the
the plan.
city? I'm thinking I'll stick around myself, at least for a bit. Well, that pot-bellied son of a whore Tegan said I'd pass out before drinking an entire barrel of pickle juice. I aim to prove him wrong.
I will see you around then.
Very likely. Though if I'm passed out drunk, I may not see you.
Okay, I like his
Good
character, I just
traveling
don't
with
like
you,
his
Warden. Don't get lost in
his
the shuffle
place,
now.
his class. All right, last person to. Right, that's it. The last person. One more person. Yep, one more person. All right, Alistair.
So, we made it. I'm impressed, aren't you? The odds were completely against one of us actually getting to the Archdemon. But of course you would make it. I knew you would. I just don't understand how you're still alive. I guess Riordan was wrong?
Morrigan saved me.
I had no idea. I suppose that makes sense. Speaking of Morrigan, do you know where she went? I'm told she vanished right after the battle. No goodbyes or anything.
I don't know where she went, but I'll find her.
Good riddance, I say. At any rate, I can see Arleman giving me that look. More king stuff, I suppose. I can never wait. And if I don't get the chance some other time, thanks. For everything.
No thank. This is hardly goodbye.
You're leaving, aren't you? And I'm not. I guess we'll see how things play out. But this certainly feels like an ending. At least for now. I'll let you get to your adoring public. They want to see the hero of Ferelden, and who am I to keep them waiting?
If I write a tale about all this, I'm leaving out details on the food. They don't even make good food here in the palace.
Ready for the epilogue? Yep. I think so.
Are you ready, my lord? The crowds outside are getting restless.
Yes, I'm ready. Let's go.
Right. I'll take you there now. Follow me.
In the months that followed their wedding, Alistair and Honora fell into the routine of ruling Ferelden, and Honora was a skilled governor, adept at matters of court and more than willing to spend her time judging matters of law from the throne, and Alistair was quite happy to let her do so. He traveled frequently, making personal appearances that delighted commoners to no end. News that the urn of sacred ashes had been found in Ferelden did not spread outside the Chantry until Brother Genitivi made an announcement several months after the defeat of the Darkspawn. The manuscript detailing the research and his experience with Andraste's cult drew huge interest among scholars throughout Thedas. Some years later, the Chantry announced that the resting place of Andraste's ashes had indeed been found. A rippling of excitement spread among the pious people of Thedas, with many undertaking pilgrimages to see the ashes or partake of their healing powers. Ugh. Following months of effort, the Tower of the Circle of Magi was finally cleansed of the last spirits to slip through the veil. No further abominations were created, and First Enchanter Irving was pleased to declare the circle safe. All that saved had been. With the slavers shut down in the alienage, the lot of the city-born elves improved for a time. The new king even named the local elder to his personal court. A scandal amongst the humans, but a sign of new hope to the elves. Shiani continued to be an unspoken member of the alienage community, and in time became the new elder. The outspokenness earned her frequent trouble, but served her people well. Earl Aemon reigned the Denerim for some time, acting as the Chancellor and Chief Advisor to King Alistair. Tegan ruled over Redcliffe in his stead, and was surprised to find himself well loved by the villagers, who were still grateful for the nights he spent defending their lives. In time, Aemon abdicated in favor of his brother, an event that the locals greeted with approval and enthusiasm. The tavern in Redcliffe Village, now run by Bella, was renamed the Grey Warden's Rest. It echoes with tales of how the hero of Ferelden saved the village and healed Arl Aemon with the sacred ashes of Andraste. Do you believe that such tales could possibly be true? The Dalish elves prospered after the siege of Denerim, having earned much respect for their part in the battle. For once, human lands welcomed the wandering folk. The new keeper, Linnea, was respected both amongst the Dalish as well as the Ferelden court. She was a voice of reason, and other Dalish clans would turn to her to help resolve disputes with human folk. In time, many of the Dalish clans moved to the new land provided for them in the south near Ostagar. Weary of their human neighbors, however, tensions soon rose again, and only Keeper Linnea's leadership kept peace alive. In Orzammar, King Harmet found himself in a protracted battle against Belin's rebellion that left him unable to gain the stability he needed. The clan lords objected to many of his measures in the assembly, and only his efforts to increase the dwarf's isolation from the surface met with any success. Damn. Well, that's rough. In time, Harmet's health began to fail. Some claimed it was poison, while others said it was a flagging spirit. Either way, after a protracted illness, the king finally passed away. The wrangling in the assembly for a successor began almost immediately. Brother Burkel's new chantry in Orzammar drew a surprising number of converts among the dwarves. They quickly attracted a great deal of anger from more conservative quarters, and before long the assemblies severely restricted the Andraste's rights. So all that work we did, literally for nothing. I hate dwarves. I hate dwarves. Yeah, well, Balin is better for the whole, but yeah, it's hard to understand that in the game, and understand that in the game and everything. Yeah. Brother Burkle resisted and was slain while being arrested during a peaceful. Wow. A peaceful demonstration in the Commons. The assembly claimed this was an accident, but news of the resulting riots reached the Chantry on the surface, where the Divine even contemplated a new exalted march. The dwarven mage Dagna ultimately completed her studies at the rebuilt Circle Tower. Eventually, she published a comprehensive theory of how lyrium vapors relate to the supply of magic. It gained a great deal of attention. Although the Anvil of the Void was destroyed, rumors about its location crept into Orzammar. Years later, thanks to the defeat of the Darkspawn on the surface, a few determined smiths managed to locate the Anvil's remains. They examined the ruins of the Anvil, and upon returning to Orzammar with their findings, convinced the Shaper to attempt to recreate Cardin's research. A new golem was created, bound with a spirit taken from the Fade. The golem immediately went insane, killing several Shapers before it was destroyed. Yeah, go figure, right? The research was branded excessively dangerous and sealed away. Whispers of its existence circulated throughout Orzammar, however, and demand among the Smith caste to reopen Caridan's research refused to abate. As good as her word, Morrigan disappeared once the Archdemon was slain. Someone of Morrigan's description was seen traveling alone months later, heading west through the Frostback Mountains, and she may even have been with Kyle. The ring that Morrigan gave Zercon remained in his possession. She had once claimed that it formed a connection between the two, and there came a night when he was sure that she was thinking of him, somewhere. She felt regret and sorrow, but the ring told no more. There was no word of her after that. With Flemeth dead, or at least gone, the chance of tracking her down were slim indeed. One cannot help but wonder, however, what became of the child? What were Morrigan's plans? These questions must remain a mystery for now. Both Zercon and the companions who helped defeat the Blight eventually scattered to the four winds, drawn either by personal duty or the call to further adventure. Circumstances dictated that they would not see each other again, at least for a time. As the blighted lands began to heal and the Grey Wardens slowly rebuilt the Order in Armanthine, they discovered that the fight against the Darkspawn was not yet complete. Although the Horde was routed and had dissolved upon the Archdemon's death, many of the more powerful Darkspawn survived to organize roving war bands that preyed both upon the land and upon each other. These war bands spread havoc, and some even journeyed west into Orlais or across the Shining Sea by the deep roads. They proved incredibly difficult to wipe out, but these tales yet to be told. These are tales yet to be told. This tale ended when Zercon sank his blade into the Archdemon's head and destroyed it forever. It was not the last that Ferelden would hear of him, however. Good job, Rochi, good job, my new pal. When are you gonna play more? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yep, tomorrow. Sometimes you have to question your friend's fetish. I know, right? Well, that was gonna have to be all I have for today, guys. Thank you for watching. We will continue this tomorrow, starting with the witch hunt. You have a friend who has an armless fetish. Wow, that's interesting. But anyways, yes, that's gonna be all all for today, guys. Hope you had yourselves a fantastic time. It's time for me to get out of here because I've been streaming long enough. So tomorrow we will be back for Witch Hunt. Then after Witch Hunt, we will be moving on to Awakening. Really excited for that. Really excited. And I'm really happy that I beat this. Or the Origin part. We still have the Witch Hunt and Awakening to get to. So yeah, still got a lot to do. Whew. So with that, thank you guys once again. Hope you have yourselves a fantastic rest of your guys' day, or night, or morning, wherever you guys are around the world. Hope you have a good rest of it. Also, if you have not followed, go ahead and press that follow button if you're interested in watching more of my streams. And it also helps me out and helps you out because of that. And, uh-oh. I lost track of my thought. Oh, no. But yeah, well, yes, if you want to watch more of my streams, go ahead and press that follow button. But if you miss any of my streams, all this is getting posted on YouTube, so you don't have to worry about that. So with that, thank you guys. And as always, stay active and stay connected. Hope to see y'all next time for Witch Hunt tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central Standard Time.